Hello and welcome to Truckers World for another video. Hope you're all doing well out there. Not doing too bad myself, still in work as it happens. And today we're going to be reviewing, it's going to be my personal reviews, lots out there, but I thought I would do my very own because I'm quite critical of these kind of things. My own review of the Garmin. Okay, this is a Garmin Dezl LGV 700. I got this brand new about 6 months ago. Reason why I didn't want to get it second hand was I did hear a story, first of all, about a driver who did get one second hand, and then I think a month or 2 months later it broke down. So I thought, if I'm going to get this, I'm going to get it brand new, and then if anything does go wrong with it within a certain amount of months, then at least I've got some guarantee on it. Did cost about, I think it was about 270 quid, maybe, give or take. Can't remember exactly. Quite expensive, definitely. In short, it's probably one of the best things I've ever got, in short. Okay, so as you can see, yeah, I've got that nice little picture on the front. It's not very clear on there, but believe it or not, yeah, it looks like that when you're using it, when you come to certain junctions. It's really quite helpful. So first of all, why did I actually go out and buy a really expensive truck sat nav? Well, I was using Google. That was okay, it's doable for some people, you know, they can get through it and they understand it, they're very observant on the road, that's fine. I was a little bit worried by that. Occasionally, obviously, when I was going places, it was taking me up restricted roads or roads that weren't really good enough or wide enough for my wagon. So I got, you know, I thought, I just don't want to take that chance with that, especially when I was a new driver. I did use a truck sat nav on a free app, also on a paid one as well. But again, you know, there were times where they lost signal. I think there was one where it took me around a roundabout twice, and I was like, what's going on here? And there was another one where, you know, if I missed my turning or, you know, got lost maybe, it might send me up roads that weren't really, again, wide enough. And also ones where it hadn't almost updated. You know, you might get to these roundabouts, and sometimes there's a cut through the roundabout where you can, you know, for traffic coming from the left. And obviously some of these sat navs were saying turn right. There's no way you can turn right there, you know. And there was one where I missed the turning to go left to go round, and instead this one took me through to turn right. Obviously I couldn't turn right, so I had to go all the way again round at the bottom end and come back. In short, basically, it was causing a little bit of hard work, and I thought I need something more reliable. So I've got this. 6 months. It's been great. It really has. Mate, you know, downsides, like I say, I'm very critical of this kind of thing. I expect this to do everything for me, literally everything. So I'm very critical of this. It has taken me on a few dodgy turns. Now, when I say dodgy turns, you know, they're not really bad as in dangerous, but there was ones where I was meant to turn left into, you know, quite a big area, industrial area, I suppose. And instead of that, it asked me to turn right at the traffic lights and then do a U-turn and come back along the same road that I was actually supposed to be turning into. So, you know, stuff like that. A couple of times where if you're in like a built-up area, there's one specifically in Cheetham Hill in Manchester where there's so many different shops, so many delivery drivers around there, and it's in the space of a couple of minutes each of you drops maybe. And you know, you look at the map and you can just go left then right and you're there. And sometimes this might take you all the way around on a 4 or 5 minute journey when it's literally a minute down the road. So, you know, a couple of things like that. It would be nice to have maybe some inkling of bridge heights. You know, when you go under bridges, obviously it's taking you a safe way, but it would be nice to know that you're actually going under the bridge and the heights. But I'm just nitpicking, basically. Obviously, the postcodes get you, I would say, within 100 metres. There will be times, obviously, where, you know, and I've had these times where you'll have the postcode and it'll be taking down the road to the left. You might need to be on the right-hand side of that road. If you, let's just say it's on like almost like a T-junction. So you do have to obviously do your homework. I've always advised using Google Earth. Just do your homework to obviously see where things are. But that's standard with sat navs. But overall, it gets you there. You know, and like I say, 100 metres, you do a bit of homework on Google Earth and you're more or less there. You know, it really does help you out, and it gets you very close. Even in some places where I thought it's on quite a big industrial estate, and it's got me practically to the building. But yeah, I would always do my homework on that. Other good things, it's got like a memorable line of where you've been. So it's got a pink line to where you're supposed to go, and a blue line if you choose to have it on, to where you've been. So let's just say you've got maybe 9, 10 deliveries, collections, etc., and the next day you have the same, but you've forgotten where some of them are. You know, you put your sat nav, you obviously your addresses, you go down there. If you're a bit unsure, right, where am I supposed to go here? Because the sat nav's taking me there, but my blue line is taking me up there, to the left, to the right. But can you see where I mean? Sometimes if you forget where it is, you can put obviously on the address as you would normally do, but you follow the blue line because you know, right, that's where I've been yesterday. And it's really helpful. It really is. Not all the time, but there's been times today where I've got to my point and I thought, right, can't remember which turning it was. It wasn't exactly there where that had taken me. It's just a little bit further down. Oh yeah, just look at the blue line. That's going to get me exactly to where I was. It's really good. Also comes up with times that if you're driving, your rest period when it's due. You do have to be careful. It might be a little bit over, maybe a little bit less, depending on if you're in traffic and how far you're moving. Okay, but overall it's a pretty good guide, I would say. And then it comes up with brakes as well, suggested brakes. So there has been times where I've used this, where I've looked on and I've parked up, where can I take a break round here? It's all built up, and I found a few areas literally 2 minutes down the road. I've had obviously look on Google Earth. I would always suggest it because they're not always very good, these brakes. And there has been industrial areas where I can go in there, you go, taking a break. One particular time where it came up where I needed to take a break, I had about half an hour to go on my drive time, and this was unexpected. And it come up with a suggestion of brakes, service stations, and literally there was a service station down the road, really big one. I took it and it immediately gave me the directions. Really, really good that way. It did save my bacon. So I would definitely say that's a good point about the sat nav. I think overall it just takes the worry away. Overall, if you're in an Arctic or a class 2, you can set your specs no matter what you're in. You can change them. Overall, it just gives you that confidence. It takes away that worry. So wherever I'm going to go, obviously, like I say, do your homework, Google Earth where your pinpoint are, you know, your end result will be. But the journey there to that point, you know, is going to be okay. It's going to be safe. You're not going to enter any low bridges. You will obviously keep a witsy about you. You need to do that. You're not going to be taking down any dodgy roads. It's all going to be big enough for your wagon. And I've had no problems really in that sense. Even when it took me a little bit on an alternative route, and it does do. If you're in sometimes heavy traffic, it might take you on an alternative route, which is good. Don't always take that. That's a good tip. If you're in rush hour, late or morning, don't always take, it's going to save me 5 minutes or 6 minutes. Don't always do that because it might not take account of temporary traffic lights, local traffic. Okay, so if it's in the day and you're maybe saving 15 minutes in midday, you know, maybe give it a go. But if you're in the morning or rush hour late at night, I just wouldn't bother unless it's a massively significant amount of time you're saving, 45 minutes or an accident's just happened. But yeah, it does automatically take you on different routes, and I've never had a problem with it. You know, it's just having that confidence. It takes it away no matter where I am going. As long as I do my homework on the end point, it just takes that worry away. I can just sit back and I know that that's going to take me a safe and comfortable way, and it's worth its weight in gold. And now this review is not extensive. There is so much more probably you can do with this sat nav. Like I say, it does give you live traffic, many other things which you can set up and do in it. I just simply put my destinations in and off I go. But I just think it's brilliant. I really do. And the user interface is dead easy, quick, easy, you know, no jargon or anything like that. It's just dead simple to use. And I'll be honest with you, apart from my driver card, that will be the next thing. Probably my phone as well with this, equal. Only because if I have any emergencies, I don't have any way of contacting. So probably these two together. But yeah, driver card, sat nav and phone without a doubt over anything else. I can't recommend it enough, especially for Arctic drivers. Obviously class 2 drivers. Even now, when I know where I'm going, I still put it on because it just takes that worry and confidence away in case of road closure or I miss a turning. It's there. So I'll definitely not be without it now. If this broke down tomorrow, I would have to go out and buy a new one. I don't care if it's on credit card. That's just my personal opinion. I like things easy. and that's just me, and this does make it as easy possibly as you can get, and that's why it's obviously costs a lot of money. You can pick them up second hand cheaper than that. Definitely recommend it. So there you have it, there's my review. Longer than I expected, but hopefully that's been helpful for you guys out there. Okay, right, well, thank you for watching. More videos coming up. Thank you again for all subscribers, keep them coming, I'm really grateful, and I'll see you soon for another video. Keep on trucking.